uncle. Saka Freddie uncle. We can't Saka there almost say. Was the last year on last season? On best English Ashanti player. Yes. And they say football now. So and Coach Freddie Coach Johan then say Coach Akwaba.
Yeah.
You say ani aji. You ani aji. Now a chair work on there.
Nyamiadum.
So yeah, Juma.
Yeah.
They say so what's not there.
Oh yeah. Went to the league in Liverpool befa.
Tell me so Liverpool.
Liverpool befa. Saturday Manchester City. Yeah.
Oh.
Saturday City and no am.
Manchester City.
Oh, be sure. So it's a tough match here where City names are United.
Okay.
Be sure.
Meaning say a lot of discussions about so with respect to say we say jogging club okay. What the I mean you wouldn't see him be. Any difficult for Liverpool. I mean transition no. Coach will be take over and all that. Yeah, by all means be very difficult, especially with the fact that Van Dijk, Salah, my future in doubt kakrano. But I mean trust Liverpool to select the best manager. In regards to your person, I say manager Beba, Alonso, and I say Yohani Yakofana Banadia. I'm thinking Deserbi, Brighton coach, and them someone didn't come as we speak. Okay. I'm saying Dominic Pesomofa, Honomofa, Alonso and Tenta. Alonso, yeah. But I really feel Liverpool to get a top coach in initial terms, anyway. Yeah. Well, a bit more to Manchester City to win the Champions League again, to be honest, Champions League, like I said, I'm found an issue yet. Okay. I mean, I feel any other group stages now we are doing. Omuji BMA Enyamwa because some players now at their peak as we speak. I mean, Omoji in the last year, and that's expected. I mean, it's almost on my break, on my Jumana for years to try and get there. Omoji at Enyamwa, to be honest, but Yen Shanza. Well, yeah, Kaba winning Manchester United. Maybe say, what is the problem? It looks like, Manchester pass and your crowd. I don't say, boy, I'm going to support you. Every time you are doing regarding Omo, most of the time, I really feel say Omo choice of players on matter in the past, and especially when say Manchester ball player one. So a 10 million crown, I was working to 20 million a man. So yeah, 5 million crown was working to double figures a man. And when I feel say I'm panic out to players be for some reason, and also I'm why you be brave. But with Dan Ashworth no person banner only is a top guy. I mean, with the English DNA now on the down on YBBR. And by all means, no, on be making sure some Benny May. Obi, Coach Freddie about. Yeah. Coach Freddie Bass. No credit. Machiano, but oh, okay. Back to the controversial Maxwell. Well, Zania Obi Coach Freddie Abe also said fat Black Stars. Yeah, why not? Because go to share over Ghana. Because none of the the players kaka party, Eddie, Money, party. I say Eddie do new player. They say Eddie Anwa or Chinabina and yeah, Eddie alright in fact. Listen, me person can be but say if you are said or no one, I would say this was side opinion on your club. I'm sure Sani Papa will help him make a decision, but if he needs to come at some point, Robert, maybe not yet. Yeah, sure. That's the but okay, party. Thomas Party. The same man say baby so one house na be because of injuries, Who is a very good decision for Arsenal? So Arsenal went all out. Some go for Declan Rice for about over 100 million, and they didn't buy. Knowing by all means that's a position that's some Philly, and I think the next position is Arsenal Philly will be a striker, to try and bring in someone with minimum 30 goals or 25 goals at least a season. Regarding Partey, you say, minim what Arsenal have said, but to see Arsenal can say yempeni and I'm devalue. It is to be a fan of fanful. It has not to be play the game like we're still winning, but deep down I don't think so. With the injury situations that happen, especially this year, and I really feel last year, Senka Partey fit throughout and Arsenal League now. Personally, I really feel so. But I mean, Declan Rice about League happening really well. I mean, people would expect Senka be on me and crab about boom at some point. Next season, I really feel to be on Manako to try and get a bit of money. Normally, other players have been. But I mean, for Ghana and the ones boy until we hope so, become another top club. Yeah. Well, talk about Ghana.
I am sure you were very disappointed. AFCON, you call Ghana. I mean, how you see setting up, how you see attacking, your build-ups, your substitutions. How did you see our team generally? Oh, AFCON.
Ghana, especially Chris Hughton, we all wanted him to come because we thought, with an experience as as good as he is, a nation. But I've always thought, you choose coaches out of no reason, and I say you choose coaches not understanding exactly what we need as a team. I mean, Chris Hughton, a top coach, we all know that. But I've always said, POFM, by all means, they had other people they spoke to, but and there was a project, and I always talk about having a plan and a project. There's two options for Ghana, I would say. What do we need to? By all means, when AFCON. Yes, okay. But now you hear players say, "What's see averagely no? Or ages say." And players are fully fit to play for the national team. No, you beat him the AFCON na. So now, say then you start to think, okay, Coach Ben, they beat him fit into your way of how we want to play. So now, say you bought agro football, yeah, agro football to win the AFCON na. And now say, okay, a tactician, I will beat him use the best players you have to win you a cap. So there's two options here. Minim so Masia. Into no Sesia minim say Obine Max beat me Abuami, and that's in Ghana, even your last list of players, you look ball. AFCON now. You keep us train or more ages, you're saying.
The keepers train.
Say
average of 25.
Average of 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Into no why any power, why soon is so Manaf once one day be crying.
There be on one day.
Okay, other teammates is here.
Manaf should be in Belgium. Wallacott, 27.
Okay, so let's say Wallacott because on Eda most of the time. Let's just say it's on Eda.
And Richard Ofori.
Richard Ofori, Eddie Best and Pacho.
Oh, Richard Ofori, should be 30 or 27 there.
Okay, as a keeper, 30.
Yeah, 30. Yeah.
So as a keeper, okay, let's say Wallacott, Richard Ofori, no be average, maybe keepers. So now. See, you share your right back position, so one of your first choice as we speak, Tariq Lamptey.
Yeah.
And then another one.
Odoye.
So now, let's say Odoye over 13.
Odoye 33. Yeah.
So now, your list, and you Odoye frame. Well, let's just say. You call left back and so Gideon Mensah.
Baba Rahman.
Let's say Baba Rahman, so you say Alidu.
Yeah.
Okay, into Mumien is roughly, no. So all I'm saying is, say, if 30 players, 27 players near Domko, yeah. By all means, the next coach will be on the 12, 13, or even 15 by Juma.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, your 15 core players now, what are their strengths and weaknesses? So now, where's our 15 core players now? We know that by all means, coach Biabano be used to Motia. If you're Sanko for now, what are their preferences as well? Sometimes you can even speak to the players and say, okay, who would you say be a 2 or 3 coaches are? Yeah, sure, must be a person or mobile national team. What do you guys think? And I would say, asking them doesn't necessarily mean say no now be kwakofo. But you like to get the ideas to understand. So, okay, so coach we ba player we say. And if that's the case, there it be a young we with this rationale behind what we're doing. So it is our 15 players, and so averaging you hear more age as be 25 and I say 26. We know say for the next 5 years or 6 years, no about my national team.
Okay.
So now you better AFCON in the next 2 years again.
Next year,
okay. Near World Cup in 3 years time.
Yeah.
Okay. If we know there's 15 players in the by all means, AFCON him the World Cup.
Yeah.
So what do we now do to make sure we get the best out of 15 players? And there's other players and so I am from now among who say SABNK from. It in the 15 no one man as 23 players and as be 25 players. Your next 10 players, basically. And I obey my way before cross over coach. It is our 10 number baby shim. Only free under 20 muna babana. Our most will be creative powerful is a moment. It's your under 20 now, your best players in under 20. Why? Okay. So for instance, see your under 20 na say your best player Kudus. No, your best player you can say about number 10. And that's about 7 or 11, which is where Kudus about. Now the powerful winning may have to be stopped a bit because of Kudus. But in as much as say Befana can no I understand Kudus no. And we need to also make sure say Kudus by all means will start every game for us. It's never called now. Now was 30 understudy Kudus and Sana be a World Cup in the bedroom to be crowned on the World Cup in the bedroom. To say Kudus this time over no prayer. Not yet chance on the bed in the bed. Be crowned kill new might be so
yeah.
Now contribute me a bishop. So all I'm saying is I don't really want to say Yankofa coach win and run, I say Yankofa coach win and run. But see a take the PCA ya see in the short term and maybe the medium term now. I really feel say be boy to appoint a coach rather than say, oh you see we na here in Yankofa, because I mean Chris Hughton I mean say not necessarily having all that experience in the world, you know, and it beats my bare national team of Ghana.
Your team no so we share we say fine, of course. I mean your team no play your ball 3 games you win it. Then I know who has a problem. I mean, in terms of the team in itself.
The most of the time where your triggers, and I say, for instance, when we go in for the presser, maybe I am say, winger Joseph Benson echo press the ball now. As one unko press will be an enko. It's there's 2 things for me on this. It's either psychologically no, and the players did not want to do it, and I say secondly no, maybe they didn't believe in the press, and I say how to go and press.
Okay.
And I say now. Individually, no more problems amongst themselves. Okay. There's 3 things in it.
Okay.
So it's either say on an call for press now, which I'm hoping say Chris Hughton worked on it. Say be okay, yeah,
clearly I know.
Sometimes no, players' attitude is important too, and it comes back to the fact that they don't really well. Press no. So we see them press more higher, but we press be and maybe about to the press is not really working. The press also comes with akuma.
Yeah.
We be press, we easy. Yeah, working on this. Okay, yate. But no. Just physical presses here and right back in the baba left back and we because I really thought we were doing too many man marking, especially against Cape Verde, and that made them easy for them to play around us, and that for me was one of our biggest problems. Oh, AFCON.
Yeah, build-ups. Going for attack.
Build-ups, you know, like I always say, you know, so it comes back to them understanding that this is how we're going to build up. For me, you know, from even maybe I'm here wise scouts on some of the build-ups and the attacks, you know, there's no pattern. What I mean by that is as a graph, and say okay, you build up and you keep on if you right back in the BM pass, man, center midfielders, me a boy. You could tell that there's too many different build-ups, which sometimes just tells you say. Yeah, I'm working too much on the build-ups. And now I say the players did not believe in the build-ups. And now I say the triggers that were meant to happen in the build-ups, players now see. For instance, Obi Nebeji Obi open itself up. I said Max Ebeji, and I said Max showed this or a different body shape. Ebeji. Say Max, I'm for body shape now, man. I say Obi. So for instance, if you play to the back foot, which would be on the left foot, now Obi so about to the right foot, as well. The next trigger also is and I said the next pattern also It be so what it be not tactically, some of the teams that we played worked it out better than how we planned.
Yeah, your players are I mean, shall we say Naki? They Okodri against Barcelona, he scores by assist. He's always scoring. Oba.
Let me say this we need to understand, sir. We need to create a better environment for our national teams. Trust me, they know. And no one can tell me, sir, or Kurt can never tell me, sir, he doesn't know this.
Okay.
No one. Not even all the coaches here, don't know about doesn't know, sir. We need to create a better environment. Okay. So now, maybe training sessions, I'm maybe about 40 footballs in the training sessions. I'm used to having all the, the mannequins and, easy for me to use. So now, say players and so Bahanoma, maybe I'm gonna cry most of the time, and I'll tell you this. Anytime maybe I'm gonna be okay, but I didn't know what's a banner. So I'm saying, say players need from clubs not so mobile. They're used to a certain lifestyle and that's a certain environment that's created for them. I'm not saying teams in Ghana and there's some create this environment, no. But the least we can do for our national teams is create better environments. Creating a better environment and say, how do we relate? And it comes back to say, how do we relate to players now here from Ufrabuche Bano? Anyone more from Africa? So now, Pram to see us here, the man, I don't know, team be more Premier League, say, Amunko Yusua, easy players now used to that environment. Yeah. But now, if you have a plan, and I say, if you have this plan now, say, yeah, the players, and that's the majority of our players now, and that's the core of our players now coming from Europe. And you need to create an European environment for them to come in and strive in it. To see as my background and as a car, I'm struggling straight away.
Yeah.
But we bet Matanaka Munswa, if you grow me window, no, what is our crowd? It's in the fault, say, me here easy, but it's because of the environment I'm used to. So I'm saying, even for the short term, no, meaning Ghana nutritionist. You're more nutritionist. Meaning,
psychologist.
No, nutritionist.
Nutritionist.
For the Black Stars.
Yes.
Yes, there's a nutritionist.
Or more doing in regards to chef, no. Or more doing
that I think they are.
Yeah. And psychologically, no, we're saying you need psychologists back or national team. Psychology is a department. Psychology, I can say, is a department. And most of the time, psychology do happen even before they come into camp, even before.
Okay.
And not just one psychologist talking to 23 or 27 players. So it has to be in the department. Sometimes, for me to be able to get into Obi Ajunomono, I would have to come through the wife, and as I would have to come through, I can come for him to do it. It made me sure there's so many players I'm training, and sometimes I can't help them anymore. I tell their agents, listen, I've done everything possible, and the guy is not improving. Remember, some Jusika, going forward, still not improving. So I'm saying, psychologically, your department, which is about 5 or 6 psychologists, or maybe even 4, even 3, working in the same department, making sure you share information regarding the player. So I mean to get into Obi head that possible say be a Max has a way to get into his head. I may have to stay back. And that's Obi take you over Saturday. It's in before crossing the Omeba camp, now psychologically, your psyche up for them to understand certain situations before say Omeba. What am I saying? But say because you need psychologist craft for even our blasters, it becomes a problem. But that psychology department now should be working through your under 17s all the way up. It is Yenibia, it baffles me.
I tell you how PR 95.7 FM. You're the coach Freddie of Peak Perform Coaching and education common. Coach Freddie, it's a number of stars and they be home with TVC. All the Premier League stars you can think of. Onyomudi Jumanti getting close to the team. Coach, we're gonna team in Japan, so who's your leader?
As in captain and as a leader.
Yeah, leader, captain.
Also, Ghana, your problem is not quite to say. We're not actually with team,
You're man captain. Aye.
And we're even, Liga, you're born or Ghana, even the coast teams in the Krana. We're not actually captain. But also being a leader not necessarily doesn't come with experience.
Yeah.
Because we'll be like I said, we'll be he knows, and I said they know how to get the best out of certain people. And I said, Omobe unifier to make sure be making sure regarding our leader dear, I don't think we're far off because already the day you are, I mean, with an experience and who said physically or no park and so there. I think we have a leader, but I mean with him now, not necessarily being on the pitch all the time, we need more leaders, but leaders are created through the psychology of things. Because tough and tougher. There's so many players I'm training who are very quiet. Wow. But on the pitch they're so different. But say Ijabo ni bubi pe no question baby din on kasa nipa ho kra. But on park is why he's the loudest person you ever see. Because Antonio so Freddie pa. You'll be so surprised.
Wow.
Freddie pa. Or you'll be fair. So betima betan ho kasa no ako. But with people feel say you'll be it's having a leader doesn't necessarily mean say will be loud.
Yeah.
But someone that can actually bring people together and make sure we get the best out of the people.
Yeah. Well, as I say, okay, maybe about the kind of coach we need. As I say, Ghana a coach. You say set committee now you maybe Eddie Akoma the executive council. But chair the kind of coach omope. Because say okay, now are we on the right path? Because it looks like you're trouble for baby Ghana so the brofu there. And say Mamuti Group guy to brofu. You're trouble for you say Pobia or experience more than 15 years coaching at the highest level or the highest coaching certificate. The highest coaching certificate. Obia or experience in team reconstruction.
Disciplinarian and serial winner.
And a serial also Obi winning or a serial winner. And interviews now Emma and I go to just so much select you to Ado.
Okay.
Emma man for I said I'll go Yaman go for say. Nah, Teddy was a maybe na. And it can be about DNA. So also they take the DNA Ghanaian. Anyway, I don't need to see it.
The DNA doesn't start with the Black Stars. So by the time when we drew Black Stars, it should be embedded in them.
The potential head coach should be a proven winner in coaching top men's national team or club football. Must have a football philosophy that aligns or complements our DNA.
That's a problem. There's a problem straight away.
Problem home.
Tio, me baha biya na me beje me pa. De biya me baha na beje me pa. Ubi so baha beje o penoko. Max so baha beje no penoko. But who suffers? Pure philosophy. Yeah. Okay. So now, you said must have a football philosophy that aligns with complements of our DNA. And you know, before even someone comes in there, we should know, sir, this is the way this coach plays. It's you know, straight away and say, interviews in the corner, we should know the coach we roughly want. And I said some of the coaches we roughly want. It's in the say, no, the philosophy in Ghana, what's the purpose of our DNA? Because the DNA is our philosophy.
Yeah.
It's a minimum why Omatron is complements our DNA, which is the same as our philosophy. This is who we are, this is how we play, this is Ghana. Because by all means, you need to Ivory Coast, how they play. So see, as if Ivory Coast players, you know, see now, yes, when we are strong, when we say, but Ghanaian players, majority of them are not strong, but technically very gifted.
Yeah.
So now, see, coach, we are on the and also the signing man, it doesn't go with us. It is straight away, and that's a problem. We should know our DNA. Listen, almost 15 years of experience. Alonso, when you 15 years of men's experience, football. No, but he's coaching Bayern Leverkusen and Liverpool are sorting of him at Bayern Munich are looking after him. Why?
Because he's performing.
Not necessarily just performing.
Very good. Really
because they know straight away, apart from even Bayern Leverkusen, they've done this. Checks away in the chill to know, so, okay, this is how he plays, this is how he goes about with his things. And the Liverpool way. Because Liverpool has a way. Bayern Munich has a way. And to bring in someone in, there's so many coaches out there. And it's with Diana, you see a panel, which is having the 15 years of it becomes a bit of a problem. It is as a meet my national team, and you really feel, so listen, I'm good and I can get it done. Many 15 years of coaching at the highest level, but I've got enough experience doing it. So all I'm saying to you is, say more Luton Town Football Club, me boy on a part-time basis. Rob Edwards not the call, first team coach.
Okay.
But me call hono. I don't mind me sessions were under 18s and under 16s. Straight away, some of them to under 12s and under 14s. Now, me be that.
Okay.
That young age group, me be that. But I think, all my experiences that I've had in football, what I'm calling was a shock to me, but it really helped me. Because the whole in the detailing of the game.
Of course.
Because defending 1v1s, the detailing of defending 1v1s is different. To play an ajabo the speed because as I drew ball no now what slow down kakra. Who slow down kakra making sure say you can almost sulia. On fan foul 9-10. One fan foul 9-10 no making sure so be shown one way. And all this detailing has to be done through under 12s and under 14s which even though some minimum now I've had to keep repeating it to the boys. Said be under 12s, can you imagine? So say coach never see and I say obetimi ayese adwuma we. That's the options to work with players like Nyama, Painsto, the young Tariq Lam, young players not coming for what we're born for the next 10 years. That's what we no grow up. Why not?
Yeah.
I didn't say 15 years of experience when someone that's got 5 years or 10 years experience in the game can get it done. It's just a restricted in a way for and maybe I really feel say MY search now.
Well, Brofu.
And I was almost say team reconstruction. Meaning so bit my diction reconstruction. How do you reconstruct?
Say reconstruct the next you
okay, so say meaning if that's the case, I sana tell there.
More reconstruct anything.
Reconstruction they say senior team, they can't reconstruct the senior team. You reconstruct from the basics.
Yeah, because you have a pool of players. Until I say 27 now, national teams this year. We know by all means be 7 BB free, which I'm not sure, let's say. But you have a certain core of players. It's when you reconstruct for the national team, especially for the first team national team now. How do you then reconstruct? You've always got your core players. This is not a football team. We're a national team.
Yeah.
So now the players you have is what you make use of. It's your core of 15 players, and they say, okay, what are their strengths? Secondly, because of where we're at the moment, they say, Yakofa players from Europe, the national teams in Intino. We need to understand everyone's upbringing in a sense of go through. Who is the best person to fit into our DNA? Yeah. Who's the best person for the national teams? What's the pool of players that your next coach, a bit me are selected from? How good are they? What levels are they playing? How do they complement the way we play? And how can this coach now and also use them to the best of on also knowledge?
Obi Trice.
Wangagam.
And a good Freddie.
Yes. Coach, okay, say now me said do a photo of Arsenal players Bianqualabi or Masani Omo. And I'm bisa say how do they get them? What's in the contract for them? When you say these are Arsenal signing 4 Nigerian under 12 wonder kids.
Almost from Nigeria, and that's more.
I'm sure they are already in England.
Okay.
There. Yeah.
We almost from pre-academy. If we pre-academy,
okay.
It's almost from pre-academy from the ages of 8 to the ages of sometimes even 14.
Okay.
Arsenal only to 14. I'm to about 12, 13 because they would get the best players. But certain, Arsenal Cat 1 academy. Yeah, well, Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Category 1, Category 2, Category 3 academy. Luton Category 3 academy. It is the best player at Luton now. Arsenal beat him out easily, beat him out easily.
Okay.
So I'm sure so more from pre-academy in the buyer, if you almost from some of the Cat 3, Cat 2 academies.
Okay.
But what Arsenal and City does so much, they say, and at 12, no one release until so be drew under 16s. I won on scholarship for 2 years and some of signed professional contract. They feel say player be developmental stages. Majority of them start from the ages of 10 to 16. That's what Arsenal believes in, or City believes in as well. It is our years in the year. I won't release you. Some clubs can say we do under 14 and 15 and enough for me release you. But they really feel give them room to improve, and they get to the 16 now, and that's under 16s now. That's when they really let you go, and that's when my own go.
But in Kuala almost sign a contract, Kratane da hone pen na almost equip. Then almost sign it. What could be in that contract?
Okay, so almost sign it under 12. So almost sign it to the age of 16. So they can.
Okay.
For the age of 16, it will be before Makwa. They would have to pay a compensation. But I mean, Arsenal, you can't fight Arsenal Academy. Who are you to say? I just be at Barcelona and they be fan and I say Real Madrid when they beat you to my before.
That's Arsenal Academy, one of the best.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm crying now. I'm facilities no more from pre-academy to under 16 no more London no more East London. Maybe I'm training. And under 18s and so the first team under 21s and now so another training facility.
Okay. So this is Nigeria. Ghana. There's another young guy, Daniel Amponsa Jesse, Juventus for Swafano. Intimidating Papa Kasai and also they are virtually taking care of everything. Where Emmanuel Jesse Spurs your captain, last born. He's now with Juventus. I'm sure a lot of pictures will roll about his abilities and all of that. There's another Ghanaian in Brentford. Also under 18, Brentford under 18, Benjamin Atta, honestly a defender. Brentford for signing for £5.5 million, and he's earning £5,000 a week for 4 years. Honestly, England for crowd friend under 18 side.
Yeah. Free club Benomotono.
I have to get back to him and find out. Honestly, a Ghanaian into Mama Ghana for me. They make and say maybe in the next 20 to 30 years. The best African players will not be coming from this country and not from the continent.
Yeah.
You bet me are competing with Europe for because send Musi France, for example, where you're virtually a black team. England they call the same way. Maybe some other countries. The rate at which are more picky and quala African players. What can we do to compete? Because say Akolawe Benjamin Atta, Boma Brentford at the age of 17, 18. And many boys there's a feeling say they say Bushia for no cramp say Ghana din so me Ghana kra na wan hwa onu benya asem. Yes, Menu or Manchester United.
Omar reforced Manchester United.
Omar
yes, force
world best at some point. Omar told for United at the age of 14, top player. Let me tell you. So from the ages of 10 to the ages of 12, meet me about 50 Ghana players coming through the academies in the whole of England or UK. Meet me amount 50 between the ages of 12 to 14. Meet me amount 50, 14 to 16. Meet me amount 50, 16 to 18. I'm in Ghana for. Listen, Martin London for 24 years, or England for 24 years.
Yeah.
So I'm going to young compared to 20. I think Copa. So I'm saying, sir, there's so many Ghanaians out there. People don't know about them yet.
Yes.
And Omar refers to my can answer from time. I'm from Tottenham at the age of 14. And to buy a Tottenham player at the age of 14, it could easily come out to about 3 million. Easily. So what I'm saying to you is, they've put in conscious effort to try and develop our players now. Before, not England for Ankasa, no, they didn't say to for Crano, or national team. But he says, so share England under 17s, under 16s, under 15s, under 18s, under 19s. Means me, I catch was about 80% blacks.
Okay.
Of the players, starting 11, 80% blacks. And 80% the months, about 60-70% Nigerians or Ghanaians. So what does that tell us?
Your boys know.
Yeah.
Talent know. But
Ghana is a money-making machine, but Ghana never ends.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is a money-making machine, but Ghana never ends. Ghana never get the benefits of what they should be getting. Anything I make actually say to you, this is the least we could do. Build state-of-the-art training facility. Jamaica for you, I'm sure it's the last time Kwana Maxika.
Yeah.
Now, run is no Jamaica. No, I'm America, so I'm training. No America for my American passport. American passport, but I'm costume shit. No, I'm Martin. This is the best. Oh yeah,
I'm American.
Maybe so buying facilities and create the people around you, the team around you, are they making you become the best. And I always say, listen, and see, I can't even get you. Are you telling me to say England referendum regularly on a regular say they be a best referendum or Obama in Ghana? But at the moment, to say Nakidi, say you say be okay England phone frame be and I'm Ghana. It will always become the second choice all the time.
Yeah.
So I said, but how can we now compete? Competing starts from building a state-of-the-art facility. I make it sure. So, but can you imagine say any sports psychologist or what your national team? So that's what you say under 17s, under 20s, African Cup here, boy. African games here, boy.
Yeah.
Then say coaching them the baby coaching the and warm up. Or any tactical selections. We in area no psychologically no. On say board players no. How can he do this? It is so weird as catch and so when you're good enough. In Tiensa and Pamono. Nagana Sako CHP, but give him a platform, give him the people around him, and then so we are now sacking a crown. No, I won't say, you made it. My intimia and Yintino. Yam Pamon, a lieutenant on the 12th crown, I'm a trainer on crown. I've got an assistant too. On the 12s in the crown.
On the 12s.
Let's hear 14 pay. I've got an assistant. I've got people that help you put stuff out. I'm mobile pen okay, coach, you didn't be him, see me here, say me here, we say me here, we say me here, we say. Even in Kolana crown, it's our psychologist, he training no. They pick up things. I'm going to pull them out. No more discussing here maybe. We've got video analysts, not one person. Oh yeah, for every training session, there's this thing I just back. Camera back over setting video it will be an go through that video. They say how would you say how you say well done. How you say you could have done it better this way. It's you say. It becomes an education. So I'm saying to you, sir, players now OB cannot listen, it's my mount up to 200. Be free Hanakoy. It been so so busa obia parent. And only the funny thing, and Kranos majority of them wants to play for Ghana. They really want to play for Ghana. Until said, but you see acquire facilities. Training we say
Ghana,
oh no, they know. They're not stupid.
They know. Now, Mega has been injured. Player Bankwani Penam Ghana. Also, the blaster player really was a man. There's a 100 goes over the position. They always play for Ghana. On person Ghana, but
at some point.
For instance, I am enemy. Yes, we have you, we have Tony, or Apias and Nom. You are Ghanaian guys. I'm over to me at least to compel Ghana boys to be Ghana boys. They are ones for the future. They be me in common. Maybe I can under 20 years. Oh, Bakubi, Yanubi, no other room. No, then we find a way of building that. I say, the environment.
So one of the things that means one of the things to say your national under 20s and 17s near the when you say you beat me so afraid, what the yes that's a crana. Or the Emfre 3 academies now more Europe. Oh no, not even Europe. Let's say England and Kwana. I'm Ghana for. Yemfre Mama how. But for instance, if you maybe a coach or UK, it's in every international break, you know. Almost so quite enough for bare 4 days, you know. Yemfre in Ghana name.
Okay.
UK, why am from how? Maybe for instance, London or Modos, one year camp more, maybe Tottenham training grounds on them, near Tottenham Akasa, wherever we need to pay, we pay for it. Now, almost have a camp who be a 10 or 15 players. Say, yes or no. Before, because England I'm from, yes, you're from, be a me, I don't know, it doesn't have to be me, it could be anyone. It be a coach Freddie, be training more Hanum, Desmond, so be Abishe, Diamo, your baby training, if you be afraid 4 days now. Then you start to, I said, oh, show marginal who say, listen, yeah, as much as we can to bring you to the national team. In as much as a more match be there. But your friend on be group war 15 that will be at Tottenham training grounds and I say be Arsenal training grounds on them now. A free honor no. Now I started the maybe show me say with time be a you're right back in the pra this player is next in line. We pra this player is next in line. Now you also your team build on kakra. Near who roughly and say coach be on a 20 coach be when him say UK there will be a 20 players be or Belgium or 10 players be or Germany or 10 players be or no. Should he need 13 players to come in or which me from at the same time on so no na almost one more campo and so campo hanmo ni na ye compare and he said yeah frey final on the 21st team and as on the 20 team I dey go be African Cup of African nations we finna say
African games
all African games we know say you were the best players all more European team way beyond
Africa games say
under 20s now.
Oh, but we need permission. Say, any their clubs.
Normally,
so we born under 18s, sir.
I'll bet you
African
but
games.
Yeah, release you.
When they release you?
National, your club side.
Under 18s.
Oh, under okay. So we need permission about there. Under 20s.
Yeah. So people under 18s for Europe. Or maybe releasing them another ball. And under 21s for Europe. Or maybe
so more ball or more UEFA youth leagues now.
Listen, who's a football? The ultimate, no, is the first team.
Yeah.
So regardless of what they do, they train you to make you better. I'm talk about these games, you know, to test your ability as well and to play for your nation. Listen, really big on them. Man. So I'm saying, say, you have 10 players or Germany, 10 players or Belgium, 10 players or England. That's it. Let's say 30 players are. Before some final selection of 25, no, the head coach, which is Desmond Affair, or no, I'll travel to all these countries to see what he has in Ghana. See what he has in Belgium, see what he has in the other countries now. No, I compare, so okay, me will be a 4 right backs, me will be a 4 left backs. It's, you know, if I'm going to choose 2 out of them, nipa we me no na me pe. Now coaches so more a Belgium, also more coach, you also have to have their say. Okay, give us your reason until offer Obi na offer Max. It's, you know, coach you don't have to explain. Okay, this is the way we want to play. You did any say in a chair, say anything, you know. We feel see a fat Obia better on this occasion than, for instance, Max. But at the same time, so no mean so I be England is a bit much. I'm okay, no. But I can't say why, I can't say why, I can't say why. But I really feel thank you for be a Belgium Nina better. These are my reasons. It before see a squad the crab about out, no. So coach Nibanas will be defending on one because we've spoken about them. No. It becomes a nature. It's simple for him to explain. Yeah, so, okay, these are my reasons in TFA coaches who have a consultant of these other coaches. And aside these Belgium, Germany, English coaches, England coaches, also they could be his assistants as well. Because they know the system. For instance, Desmond Crane, one of them could take over. And that's how you groom your coaches as well. At the same time, grooming your players for your national team Black Stars.
Amazing. Coach, now talk about standard facilities and all of that. Obviously, Juventus will be academy.
Yeah.
And I share the cost of being a member of this Juventus academy. Yeah, pricing.
Any academy.
Any academy. Juventus.
A school. A football school.
Football school.
You would have to pay for.
But yes, a private business. But to pay $3,000 here in Ghana for a 15-year-old, we want per standards, no right. But the cost associated with the standards, the ordinary Ghanaian cannot afford.
Obi, when my coach grounds, say I'm for the Mago GIS. Because international community school, ICS. It is a good news for primary. Academy, double academy. Academy is also. But the Mago Juventus there. There's always a price to pay.
There's a niche in the market. What they've done is say, Obama says scaffolding which my common encounter with some scaffolding on person mama but say Obama kujina for instance
the last time grandma couldn't buy in China for ma
Obama kujina
was the bubble ball
Obama kujina the Champs Park so bubble into there and remember ku mum and they can pay this it didn't have no problem. Because I quite to say like summer schools in London are where the ability could be 10 out of 10 1 out of 10 it's in obia to me baby and that's what I think they've done. On the flip side me no mo panyi ba ko kasa him say one also say omo yesa na say omo who the best players now you stop paying.
I see then no mama scholarship
no my ha intino so omo nenim de omo person
someone say em just broche school so kwasa na biti okwa no so you brilliant very brilliant student na ma scholarship na go jai say bia charter schools you know jai tuane wa obi ICS wo ebi de omo de go die ebi de omo de go new asafo primary early
well, okay, so we can compete on the African continent. You bet me compete on the continent, but I'm not sure you bet me compete globally. Senya ye football no see corner development ne senya mrofono see attracting some of the best talents from our country you know it's becoming a big concern unless say be significant to cut the trend because I mean coaching facilities is a big problem.
So the first step is facilities because I always say people talk about equipment but any equipment mum na coaching no regardless of what equipment you have now you need to detail coach. Detailing coaching is said, and I said 1v1 defending. Player no, edgy ball now the speed never come. As I all get it to him now, we'll be slowing it down, I'll be blocking it this way. We're making sure so basic. That's what we're not coaching. And this is what I find so hard say, oh, coach for Niniama, or Muni say, into Muntimia coach. No. Who's that? Having the detailing of what you're telling the players is really important and showing them. If you could even use that one football now, but keeper no ajebo Obama right back and Obama right back and Obama right back and your left wing and also on pressing. How is he pressing? Or call with this thinking semi the ball and also or call to press him a certain way. It's with this and that's not equipment. That's coaching. That's really understanding what you're coaching. It's in having the facilities will be the first step. But the second step would be to develop better coaches. But I'm saying, your coach educators, are they good enough to coach, or are they good enough to develop our coaches? And that becomes a problem for me. Even at Luton, let me use them as an example. Even as currently, me G.F.A license with the Welsh FA, yeah. So now, we feel as if we've arrived in our coach in the Crown. We still have regional coach educators. They turn up to training sessions all the time. It'll be once a week, or maybe Luton. Maybe I'll pick him in. He's working with me today. It'll be a session that we are next week can also be repeated the same session. No, besides, what do I think of this session? It'll be okay, maybe come home, maybe you from me way better. I could have done this way. It means it becomes an ongoing education for me, even as a coach, regardless of certificate or what. So I'm saying, you coaches no crown any certification. You were coaching you can say Mr. Mintai, friend, Professor.
Technical director by Desmond and a director of coaches
education. Anyway, Ghana, yeah.
I'll come on to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, with your technical directorate in the crown for your coaching in the crown, we have to have regional technical directorates as well. Because Accra, how does he see the Kumasi boys, Eastern boys, Northern boys, Nisani? So, Sanko Foni na say I'm full man go on more. Your coaching will keep going down, and that's what an internet meant to say because coach for you're more footballs, you're more babes, you're more saying they should be able to coach. No, coaching is educating, and you really need to educate your coaches. So your coach educators needs to have the understanding of educating these coaches for them to impact on knowledge, on the kids. And that's the only way we can get the best players to compete at the highest level.
Yeah. Now, about education. Now you'll be back.
Minim Desmond. Don't get me wrong. Minim no.
Okay.
Me who not check, but
okay.
Before, really good coach, but with this environment, I don't think he would strive. Yeah, he wouldn't be happy me saying this, but let me say this: being the national, it's the whole of Ghana. I know head of coach
education.
So why are you Belgium for some time? He's a good coach, but I don't think that he's ready for this job because this job not comes with who. You have about all African games, yeah. What stops the FA? Some of the sessions now, this month, will be recorded, put on the FA website, so coaches can learn from this and just put a topic onto it. So what I'm saying is this month, yeah, defending against a counter attack today. Or meet me a trap, or we are no more for people to learn. It is one head of coach in the whole of Ghana. I really feel it's a really big job. Maybe he's got the qualifications in it at all. But the Desmond I know, he would do an okay job, but we might end up saying, so I need money as with this, with what we have. I really feel that we can do better.
Yeah. But even beyond your coaching, equipment idea, Benjamin Ataya kind of Wasima Obama Brentford under 19. Last 2 weeks he had a call up to the England under 19 team. It's amazing how they drafted the male to the boy. Jeremiah male.
When they meet my better,
they do things right. Listen, that boy there, Mekaisa Sunday now you cry. I don't know Peterborough. One Ghanaian boy is some friend who's under 19 why it's no.
And it's personally addressed, it's personalized. Dear Ben, in line with FIFA regulations, this and this, expect the squad to come up on the 15th.
So, what they do is they first tell your club. That club number one say you're from on this occasion. Secondly, so even from baby or to you set up referee. St. George's on the crown. Your taxis, allocated taxis, what I mean by that is a proper taxi. So maybe executive taxis, maybe
black
Mercedes. But for them few hundred and we want money parent per se or because it's so big for them.
Driving or
never call do make pictures, maybe on Marco. And it's even as coaches crown see you coach educators in your daho. Yeah, that's St. George's on Hilton Hotel. Nice hotel. Your daho is surrounded by a classroom of near Sahaba and Saliman. It's psychology starts from even this.
Absolutely.
The fact cross say
when you're who say I'm who here to the level that you throw letter.
Yeah.
Saying love virtual letters here throw.
Yeah.
Your phone calls here throw teaching report to training. And also when the newspaper.
Do you know how far they even go with this? The 1 week or the 2 weeks spent on normal starting. We are a report of the player or buyer and name obey maybe you are quite sure this year and name right, England under 16s teams event feedback of the players. It's for 2 weeks spent a crown. The feedback will be sent to parents and will be sent to the club what he needs to work on. Near send this one player. It's this player maybe so now Aston Villa. So the Aston Villa reports and the English reports on them compare to design these sessions for them to improve them. It goes a long way to make these players better.
Wow.
You can imagine the talent of Ghana. Now Ukuta this talent already. Now this conscious effort is being done to make these players better. Do you actually think?
No.
That's a problem.
The whole no there was here can you na enche ebebre wo manim ebebre pa ansana max bebam no England for so squad no meaning say Euros then chene baso amount for year possible 11 bi ache say wo England squad now I'm beginning to believe say maybe England can be one of the hot favorites for the tournament. When you say Jerry was
they have the players for it.
The predictor, the probable 11 of the English national team. And okay, so it goes like let me check it. I think I should have it here. Goalkeeper Pickford. Yeah, Pickford, maybe Nick Pope.
Nana Ramsdale, also
Luke Shaw. No, under 18s though. Yeah. Pickford, Luke Shaw, left back, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Declan. Okay, this it. Base of Declan Rice, Bellingham, Phil Foden, Madison, Saka, Harry Kane.
About 90-95% of these players will start.
Yeah,
it's there. They told you, sir, and you will be crying. Because of anyhow they've been, brought up through their DNA. But Nema is almost, so they will be kind of bad thing.
Yeah,
because say Ghana population in Europe, And I say even in the UK, no, air expanded all the time. Yeah. The very first time I said, me who marry force, no, I said to someone, said this boy can easily become a world best at some point.
The last time he was on it, I'm saying, hey.
Kobe Man, the first time I watched him was under 14s against Reading. The name man was baffling. It me no a wing out. It me Sabo as a 8, Sabo as a 6, a win as a 10. So it's as a lot has gone in to get him to the level now. Until all of a sudden you see also my mom for saying from Ghana and but I mean there's other players here. I
was on money more Ghana for not troll it on the only one in Ethiopia.
Anyway.
No, but we have boys. I'm a kind the last time. What do we call her? Chelsea City. You call Man City boy. Coco Drew.
Yeah.
And I met the family and. The view of the conversation was already pa. You. We are a bunch of sick people.
You bet me, are you? No one can tell me. Listen, let me tell you. Said second at UK. And the people around the national team, we need to quite be brave.
Yeah.
And they probably want to quite share me.
Yeah. But say you continue. What to grab one member?
No, facilities since I is what be answer.
Okay, you see, maybe I understanding it.
I make say, who's it? Tio, I don't need to understand how to host the program because I am a field anymore. So you get the right people to bring in.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is Alex Ferguson or United, most of the time when taking training sessions now, he had assistants taking it.
Carlos Cruz, money.
Yes. Most of the time, you're not taking training session, but he brought the best people together to make them win. So all I'm saying is, with the national, with the FA, expertise, the people around the vice, Papa, the top Randy Abbey, the top people that can bring the top people to get the job done. So all I'm saying, maybe some GD say, omunim. Because they know. It's unless there's a restriction somewhere and maybe I can understand. But you see that's woman be on person be so they are.
Come on, just one way, yeah. Now hits you on the psychology. Me here education kakra, if I'm right. I know say in the coaching pyramids, psychology is the highest, if not one of the highest. Yeah. So every coach be answer now be at the highest level be psychology to some extent. I don't know Ghana yet the name show.
Your Black Stars
your coach like from the your friends at local level now to the Black Stars league level now. Ghana the I say show now.
Other coaches now say
I had the psychology because I think it way be out to say can easily be solved. It will be generate a big problem, not create a huge problem. A day in money, yes, sir.
Right. Like I say, first team coach. Most of the time, Yana shouldn't be your problem to solve. Most of the time, it has to come from the psychologist and the assistants. Say team managers here for money. I don't know. It's almost a shiny from a different perspectives as well. Or money be coaching say be a player way, be a BBC nurse in yard. It's a make us come from say. Can you imagine saying England for actual letter? I work with visa. Near chose on Saka. Oh, Nigeria, but we can't use card with your ticket.
Yeah.
But when you say when you have a son on Quadi, we be more tickets.
Yeah.
It is the fact that England crowd show letter crack it cannot crowd to even show people say you've been called up for England. No, I will be to make people say letter. No, and over corners you've been taking care of so much. Coach Claire Jumano is not even the psychological side of it because what cycle even before you get to him.
Yeah.
Indirectly. So I'm saying there's other things that we could listen. I'm not the best coach in the world, but I'm travel to be a Manchester training session back home. Maybe I'm a back. It's in a must have something that some of these players want and as a need. So I'm saying the psychology of things in the it doesn't necessarily have to come too much from the coach, but the coach should have an idea of what they do, working hand in hand with a psychologist to try and raise them and get to the level.
But in the coaching, more psychological.
Oh yeah, the highest level. UEFA A and UEFA B,
psychology.
Yeah. Okay. And that's because I'm a sports scientist, so I'm a university for sports science. Some of my modules know psychology as well.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So well, as a sports scientist.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I said you love the thing and you are there and it's something that's in you. It's always your problem.
Only problem now.
Yeah, they know.
No,
but only problem now make effort to solve it.
I don't think so.
That's where the problem.
I they've made an effort, and that's why I'm making efforts now. But once they're tackling the efforts now, you need to understand the plan of tackling your efforts. It's what I'm saying is say all of a sudden you're coach, okay, and they say you're far nipa 5 be so monkofa coach with that list now the better. So I'm asking says Zabi Alonso I apply for you now because we need 15 years of experience. Do you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is some of these things but your mum say some kakra. Listen, I'll do it for free. It's they can ask. We will help out. So we've been up so do the team imagine can say be crana make us for 2 minutes be na asama be kan nyina amfa so be but 1 second asem be there you know this can really help the nation. It is also fast at least to say 15 years of experience, you have to technical know-how. I mean, would you employ can come and coach a national team? We need certification as a coach. Exactly. By all means, whoever comes should be able to tick certain boxes. What's my saying? Maybe on ma I was here but we can do it. Listen, they know. They know. Randy Abbey knows at least. Marcado knows. Ketu Kreko knows. And it has to be done.
Well, Obi. Well, coach, I didn't study coach.
Samba Stars Academy na piano.
Okay.
It's me call for 2 weeks. I could train some of the players I selected. The 8 head of recruitment from the Premier League back Ghana from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of
head of recruitment.
Yes, and yes, scout.
And yes, scout.
No.
Head of recruitment. Recruitment nankasa.
Yeah, and omono kasa ye pewa. It's done.
It's done. Here. Yeah, of course.
So the Man City, Chelsea, Everton,
Man City
Southampton, Wolverhampton.
Coach, but you hold on. Yeah, no, the Man City for head of recruitment Ghana. Richmond Lamptey or Justice Blay. And it has for bread. For back be quay. Oh, how far Richmond Lamptey be say ya. Na giant water ye. Only Bernardo Silva Munkobo by
another coach can say. Also sometimes maybe as I can say. Coach Freddie Betrawe do so kasa eye bibia na okọ wa be kasa de bia doctor na say doctor Safoje busam say nti yo omo ye bo ko omo ntia na obi ntimi mfa phone for say oh coach we dem so me number ni etu dem say that no wadi nko no say oh mo ben na obetimi de aboye bia regards to this modi Man City head of recruitment for Kwao.
Head of recruitment. Yeah, so when the Summer Stars Academy under 16s and 18s for now. Eventually, you better and Kurana the India account buildings in Nairobi no movie in. But what I did was, me set up scouts at Ghana here. I'm almost selected 13 players. And what we've done is say the Everton, Wolverhampton, Southampton, Chelsea, Man City, Newcastle, head of recruitment.
Head of recruitment,
like the very top head of recruitment, Joe Shields from Chelsea, and I remember
Joe Shields made him come up.
And Man City, and so on. Quite a Nigerian boy, I will not UK.
Oh, okay.
Also, if you guys can discuss certain things.
Definitely, we will love that. We will love that.
It's about to select some of these players, and I did as a sponsor into almost training kits, almost match day kits, almost slippers. Sebi, do you know be the chef and a doctor and for UK and a bar or show throughout until
now academy selected we are the
selected 32 players, 3 keepers, 25 players, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you don't more. Omo tournaments on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Oh, come say yeah. But omo campo, some tournaments you invite certain teams almost to baby. It is a play and see good na some befana. I mean, we have no problem. I'm just trying to create an environment for BI and at least.
Absolutely. Yeah. At least you have 5 boys to be with either Chelsea, Man City, or Newcastle.
And I want to say these clubs in the final. Clubs in Europe. What I mean by that is the Chelsea
feeder clubs.
Newcastle are top other clubs.
I say first Arsenal and Beverly.
It's man go straight to in Chelsea. They will have
So for example, Man City don't bet to do a Girona.
It's all about Kurana said. Wow, more crying to remember the Man City level. At least you have a level of
course, well that level.
Because my convinced for the past 2 years to let them know. So listen, Ghana, Mumbrana, players, but now no Mbeba. It's all confirmed 100%. So now some may ban and be training players for 3 weeks before someone
Ombeba.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And you're 18 years and below.
Yeah. 16 to 19.
19.
Yeah, under 19's tournament.
16.
Na mo fa ball boys akumia Fidelity Bank o se anka ball boy kra na eja na no so tata ho yeah professional ball boy o mo fa me na eja
Okay, well coach, thanks so much. And I say you were trying to come on to say there. You hear any music when you're playing for you now?
Oh yeah,
definitely. That's a power. I said for Coach Freddie and Watson and Kano. Said the coach kind of say, Coach Odiju Mama A Luton Town, a team in the English Premier League. No also on the coaching. Jumedia or your peak perform coaching. Our coachy top Premier League stars, Mikel Antonio, Edin Ketia. Oba home TV so no ma enti Ghana ni ba the champs ni abrante pa that's why Britain watena chedi ntu tin kasa na as on kan obo kan ho aso dwe man ni just say can't take kuta nenya ade ni bia de but okay ho enti go Freddie ni na twen komo no na eguso o ha ide na just say e be try ni na twen komo no dodo na well younger doctor